Hey guys, welcome to my first official video for the year 2022. Happy New Year. I missed you guys so much and I'm so happy to be back here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not new here, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Mufida and I would love it if you subscribe down below and also hit the bell notification button so you get notified each time I post. I'm so happy to be here, you guys. You have no idea. It's been so long since I filmed. It's been over a month actually. So much has been going on and I can't wait to share with you guys what has happened while I've been away and also what I've got in store for you this year. Content is gonna be crazy, inshallah. Today, what am I even going to do today? I've literally forgotten how to film. Okay, so today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my go-to glam routine using my favorite products. So as you guys know, I have oily combination skin, acne prone skin, hyperpigmentation. Also, I live in a hot, humid climate. So these are the products that are my go-to and this is the look that I always go for when I wanna look soft and glam. Also, exciting news, this video is gonna be unedited. You guys are gonna see every single step that I take doing my routine. I know that you guys love that so much, so I decided to do that for my first video this year. Yeah, I'm so happy to do that for you guys. Let's get right into this video, shall we? Starting off, I have moisturized my skin and I'm gonna jump straight into priming. I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip primer. This has been my absolute favorite primer, my go-to primer. It's just really bomb. For my eyebrows, I like to conceal them before doing anything on my face, and I am so pumped for this year. I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store for you guys. However, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have a slight idea. By the way, if you're not following me, follow me on Instagram. I am at Gold Muslima right on the screen here. So do go ahead and follow me. I'm also gonna add my business page, so you guys should follow me on there. I'm gonna start off with, concealing my brows. I'm using my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX11. I love to use it. It's super light and it just makes doing my brows easier for me. This is my Morphe M42 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend the concealer under my brow. The reason why I like using the Kevyn Aucoin for my eyebrows is that it's really thick, so it's very easy to control, especially if you want a lot of precision under the brow, which of course we all want. Using like a concealer that's too runny or too like liquidy, I don't know if liquidy is a word, it's just really difficult. It's just gonna make your work really difficult. However, if that's what you have with you, you can make that work by not putting too much product on the brush you're using to conceal. But I just really love the Kevyn Aucoin, and it's matte. It just stays in place the whole day. I know that this looks crazy, but it's gonna come together as and when we finish the makeup. When doing my makeup, I really love to take my time. I don't love to rush through the process, and that's one thing I'm trying to do this year, is to be very intentional and to take my time with doing things and not to rush through them, especially when it comes to self-care, makeup, you know, stuff like that. For foundation today, I'm gonna use the NARS Soft Matte in the shade Macao. I love this foundation for most of my looks because honestly it has so much product in it, and it's really lightweight, and it's full coverage, and it's just really amazing. It's also soft matte, not matte. So I'm just gonna, you know, put that here. This formula is very liquidy. As you can see, it's literally running down my face, so I don't like to put it at the back of my hand. I just put it on my face, and then I go in with a small brush and I just spread it all over my face as evenly as possible. What you want to do with this foundation is not let it sit on your face too long, otherwise blending it out is going to be very difficult. I'm going to buff it in with my Morphe foundation brush. What's different in this tutorial is that this is my actual routine. This is what I would actually do, but I'm just breaking it down into simpler steps so that it's easy for, you know, beginners to follow. I don't know if this makes sense. When I make or when I film a tutorial, usually when I say beginners, for beginners, I usually add more steps or take out steps, like depending on the video. So sometimes I'll make a video for beginners and then I'll add cream, blush, and you know, stuff like that to the video, because I want to include all the steps in it so that if someone wants a full glam video, they can just take that video and watch it and then get all the steps they need to know. I also like to go under my brows. Just to make sure everything is nice and blended out. I love this foundation. Yeah, now you can see how crazy my brows look, right? It's crazy. It's so crazy. So I'm gonna go straight into contouring and highlighting. I love to use two concealers. I'm gonna go in with the first concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Tan. This is super light. I like to place it in here. Just this part of my eyes, like the inner corners, because I love a bright under eye. And I'm gonna go in with my Warm Sand Concealer from Too Faced. I'm gonna apply that everywhere else. They literally look like they are the same shades, but I promise you they are not. And then I'm gonna place some concealer here and here as well. So now looking close, you realize that they are not the same shade. And that is literally all I do for concealer. I'm gonna let that sit on my face while I apply my contour product. I'm using the Huda Beauty Tantour Cream Bronzer in the shade Medium. I'm gonna put that on right on top of my cheekbones. I'm gonna put that here as well. The perimeter of my forehead. And just a little bit on my chin. And that's pretty much it for my contouring. I don't like to put cream contour on my jawline anymore because I feel like it just looks really weird these days. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna use my Morphe E4 brush to blend out my, why is this shaking? Okay, to blend out my contour products, I'm gonna blend the forehead into my hairline, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend my cheekbone, just leaving it right where I want it and not moving it anywhere else. And I'm just going to blend what's on my chin, and I'm gonna use the product on my brush just to run it down the sides of my jawline. As you can see, the product is more spread out this way. I don't know why my voice is behaving like this, but the product is spread out this way, easier rather than actually putting products there and blending it. It just really like looks muddy sometimes, and I don't like that for me. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my highlights. I'm gonna start off with what's on my chin. I'm gonna start off with blending what's under my eye. As you can see, I blended out the perimeter of under my eyes, and I'm just gonna put the brush down and I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. This is from Real Techniques. It is damp. I get a lot of questions about this in my comment section. I always use a beauty blender or a damp sponge, meaning I run it under water, squeeze out all the excess water, and I squeeze the sponge in a towel to take out any more excess water so that it is moist but not wet, damp but not wet. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Okay, my phone keeps going off. I need to put it on silent. So I'm gonna go directly under my eye. And just start to blend it out. I'm also going to blend some of the concealer on my eyelid. Okay, so I'm done with blending out what's under my eyes, but I'm gonna go back in with my brush, what I used to blend out my contour, with no extra product. I'm literally just going over this side because the concealer went a little overboard, so I'm just trying to bring back the sculpt. and that is literally it. I'm gonna go in with my new baby girl. I finished my Laura Mercier translucent powder, so I decided to get the translucent honey to see, and I've been using it for a while. I even used it in a couple of tutorials last year and I love it. It's not better than the translucent in my opinion. I feel like the translucent works for a lot of skin tones. This one works for a lot of skin tones as well, but this one has a little bit of color to it. What I like to do is to go back in with my brush that I use to blend out my highlights with no extra products. I like to go under my eyes and on top of my eyelids, you know, just to iron out any creases, cause I crease a lot. One thing I'm not going to do this year is to beat myself up for the fact that I have things on my face that I can't control, like creasing and acne and sweating and oil and what's not. I'm gonna do the best I can to prevent those things from making me feel bad about myself. I'm just gonna accept them and love myself just the way I am. Now I'm gonna go in with my damp sponge and I just dipped it into the powder. I often, you know, put off any excesses away at the back of my hand, and I go ahead and I push it under my eyes. I got this new brush from Evita Joseph. This is the all over powder brush. I love it so much. I had to get an extra one for my clients' kids because this brush is really bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Mahogany. Guys, I have some really sad news. So I was in a rush and then I broke my Fenty Beauty bronzer. I don't know if you guys can see, but I broke it into pieces. I am so sad by how much it's really sad. It's really sad. So I'm gonna have to get myself another one, but for the meantime I'm gonna manage with this one because I love it so much. And yeah, it's my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Coconutty. I'm gonna dip my brush into it. This is my blush brush from Real Techniques. I really have to be careful because I don't want to look muddy. This is how I'm gonna be applying it. I literally put it over where I, you know, cream contoured. This is the 400 brush from Real Techniques. This is how I've been managing with my broken bronzer because I can't imagine throwing it away. This was pricey, but it still works, so we're good, I guess. So I forgot to apply product on my nose. I have to be very careful. I'm gonna start off from under my brow. So guys, my camera cut off on me. I was explaining to you guys how I do my nose contour. I literally start off from the bottom part of my brow. I love to use brushes that are like slanted like this. This is from AOA Studio. I also have the E62 brush from Morphe, which looks like this. slanted, so it just goes in here and then it comes down. Those are the kind of brushes I love to use for nose contouring. You don't have to contour your nose if you don't want to, but I love to start from under my brows and I just drag it downwards, just the lines down the sides of the bridge of my nose. So what I'm gonna do now is to bake. I already, you know, bronzed and whatnot, so essentially I'm trying to clean up the sides of the bridge of my nose. I also love to clean up just right under where I applied my contour. And I have smile lines, so I just love to put a little bit of powder there just to keep that area a little dry so that the smile lines don't creep in. So I'm just going to use this brush. Just a small brush, any brush would do honestly, and I just love to go into my setting powder. I'm essentially just putting a little bit of powder, don't mind the powder falling on there, and I'm just going to bake the bridge of my nose. I just picked this technique up recently and I love doing it so much. Don't worry about what's on my nose. I'm gonna clear it up and I'm going back in with my what I used to contour my nose. I'm just going to use that to clean up just like so. Now everything is nice and clean. I hope you guys saw what I did. My scarf is even sliding off at this point in time, but where are my eyebrow pencils? I'm gonna do my eyebrows if I can find my eyebrow pencil. I'm going to comb my brow hairs up. I'm gonna start off like right here and I'm literally just following the shape of my brow. And I also like to go backwards. So honestly, just back and forth movements. Now I'm gonna do the top. At the top part, I don't like to start from here. I like to start from here. I just leave a little space in front. So that's pretty much it, and I like to do strokes up here and just blend it in, and then I just fill in the sparse areas. But that's about it. I don't do a lot to my brow because it's already microbladed. So I'm just going to follow the shape as well, and I'm gonna go backwards. And I'm gonna start off here. And I'm gonna go backwards. Just trying to make sure my brows look the same, and I'm gonna do strokes here. And I'm gonna fill this portion in. So that's it for the brows. So as you can see, I'm creasing a little bit on my eyelids. So I'm just going back in with my concealer brush with no extra product and just trying to blend in the product. And yeah, I think the creases have actually reduced. I don't like putting so much concealer on my eyelids these days. I just feel like it just makes the creasing look worse. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. This is my go-to eyeshadow palette. It's small, it's easy to travel with. I literally just go in with my CVL Beauty eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna show you my go-to smoky eye look. So what I love to do is to go into my crease. I literally go into this color right here. The colors are not named in this palette. It's the Topaz Obsessions from Huda Beauty. I'm gonna put this in my crease. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's like a burnt orange, and I'm gonna put that right on top here as well. Now I'm gonna go into this dark brown. It wouldn't be a Mufida tutorial without a dark brown eyeshadow color, would it? I really love this palette because it's like very blendable. As you can see, I'm using just one brush and I'm just blending. So what I like to do is to go in with my CVL Beauty Smudge Smoky brush, and I like to go to the lower lash line with the dark brown color. I also just love to go into this burnt orange that I used with the same brush. I'm just going to go below it so that it goes with the top part. I'm gonna use my So Aesthetics Classic Eyeliner and Kohl Kajal in the shade Shiba Black. I'm also going to use my So Aesthetics Silky Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I'm just going to create a tiny line. I honestly just do this to hide my lash band. Hi, baby. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. My cat decided to walk into the room whilst I was filming, so we had to feature hair. Whoop, there goes the cat hair everywhere. She's the one who is always in my brushes and leaving cat hair everywhere. So literally everybody was in my ear about how I didn't show how to apply eyelashes. So I'm gonna show you guys. These are my eyelashes. I already trimmed them because I've used them a couple of times. Hopefully in another video I'll show you guys how to trim your eyelashes, but you want to put the shorter parts in your inner corners and you want to put the longer parts out, especially if that's the kind of eyelash you are going for and you want to have a pair of tweezers. So I'm using the Super Stronghold Lash Adhesive from Eye Envy. So you want to put lash glue on your lash band. This glue dries clear, so I prefer that on most days. If you hear any noise, it's my cat. She is playing around in my room and I've been away from home for some time, so she's gonna be walking in and out of my room. she manages to know how to open and close my door, so I'm not even gonna question how that happened. But my lash glue is almost finished. I'm literally scraping the bottom of my lash glue. Okay, so we are gonna allow the lash glue to get tacky so that literally when you stick it on, it stays. I'm gonna show you how I do that. But for the meantime, I'm gonna use my setting brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna dust off any fallout from my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to blend in the rest of the powder into my skin. I love using small brushes because it literally just gets into the corners and it doesn't mess anything up. I'm gonna go back in with my big brush, the brush that I used to apply my powder earlier. I'm just gonna go all over my face with that just to do some extra blending. I didn't put any more product on it, so I'm literally just blending everything into my skin. And I'm gonna be applying blush. This is my favorite blush. This is from Juvia's Place. It's in the shade Bella and it's very pigmented. I apply it with my 400 brush from Real Techniques, what I used to apply my bronzer earlier. So I just smile and I put it upwards. And that's literally it. I also put a little bit of blush on my nose and I'm done with blush. So now I think that my eyelashes are tacky, so I'm gonna use, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I need a mirror, and like I said, you need to apply the longer part at the outer portion of your eye and then the shorter part at the inner portion. So you want to have a mirror down here and you literally just look below and then you just stick it there, and then you kind of like use your tweezers to grab this, and then you want to stick it as close to your lash line as possible. Ooh, I'm tearing up, I'm tearing up, I'm tearing up, I'm tearing up, I'm tearing up. Okay, I grabbed the tear right from the tear duct. So my eyes are like literally bloodshot, like they are red from applying my eyelashes. So this doesn't happen always, this happens sometimes, and it's not from my lash glue because I've been using this lash glue for forever. Hopefully it's gonna clear up. I'm a little bit sad about this happening right now, but we move, right? I am literally done with my face. I'm gonna go ahead and set with my setting spray. I love using two setting sprays. I literally use these, so I'm gonna show you how I use them. This is my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So I use this to kind of melt all the products together because I use a lot of powder, and this looks really good. I love the setting spray for that purpose. This doesn't keep my makeup in place. If I use this alone, my makeup is going to be sliding off in a short while. So I'm going to use my mascara. It's from Huda Beauty, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply my highlighter. This has to be my favorite product from last year. Like, this is the best thing I bought makeup wise. It is the Laura Mercier Honey Star, and this is the light catcher. It's sort of a highlighter. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a highlighter, but it's also glittery. It's not too glittery. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I'm gonna use that to highlight where I usually love to highlight, which is my inner corners. I literally just go in with a tiny brush and I apply this. I'm also gonna go onto the bridge of my nose. As well as my brow bone. So I'm going to use my brush from Morphe. This is the M45 brush. I'm going to put that in the top. I don't need a lot of this stuff, and what I love about this stuff is like it's easily blendable. Like it just blends into the skin. You need the tiniest bit. I'm gonna just finish up my eyebrows. I love to use this brow gel from Beth Maine. It's in the shade Soft Brown. Because my brows are microbladed, they tend to appear a little bit harsh, so I like to soften the front part of my brows with this. It just lightens them up. That's about it for my brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my go-to lip combo. I'm gonna use my NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso. And then I'm gonna do my Fenty Beauty Stunner Lip Paint in the shade Unveil. I'm gonna use that to go over my lip liner. And then I'm gonna use the shade Unbutton. I'm gonna put that at the center. This is my last step. This is my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I literally just douse my skin in this stuff, and it works so freaking well. I also love the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, which is amazing. But this is my routine. This is my go-to routine. This is what I actually do for my skin. These are the products that are my go-to when I'm traveling. These are what I store in my actual kit for myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram on both my pages at Gold Muslima and at The Fab Beauty Bar GH. That's my business page. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year. Have an amazing and productive year. I'm so grateful for you guys. We are almost at 150,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Bye guys.